Good morning. Welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie, and we are diving into the magic of thinking big. Today we're talking about the power of your words. I know I've talked about it before. That's basically what chapter 4 is talking about. And I labeled this video, if you guys ever heard that song when you were little, "Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear." I labeled it, "Oh, be careful, little mouth, what you say." So, as you're tuning in, I would love to, it might be a stretch for you, but I would love for you to tell me one thing you love about yourself. Like below, I would love for you to say, "I love this." Like I always say, tell me where you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from Minnesota. I want to know one thing that you are great at. Tell me below. One thing you love about yourself. One thing that is an encouraging word for yourself. That's what you have to share below. I would say about myself, I think I'm quite funny. I make myself laugh. I'm a big thinker. I have a lot of faith. I speak positive words. I love people. So, nobody has jumped in and shared yet. I'm watching the comments. I want you to say one thing you love about yourself. Okay, we're in chapter 4. We're talking about how to think big. It's going to be a pretty simple conversation today. I'm not reading the stories to you. If you have the book, you can read the stories. I'm just going to read a couple phrases to you. Where success is concerned, people are not measured in inches or pounds or college degrees, family backgrounds. They are measured by the size of their thinking. How big we think determines the size of our accomplishments. Now, let's see how we can enlarge our thinking. He starts talking about the power of like what you tell yourself, right? Oh, we've got one person. My heart is for others. Good job, Jennifer. I love it. Oh, Leslie says, I have a lot of faith. Me too. I took a spiritual gifts test, and faith is my highest one. It's faith, hospitality, encouragement. Hey, Lovey, can you let the dogs in just from outside, please? Sorry. They are barking. All right. So he basically says this. Have you ever asked yourself this question? What is my greatest weakness? He says, probably the greatest human weakness is self-deprivation, selling yourself short, the words that you tell yourself, the thoughts that you believe about yourself. He tells us a ton of stories of just what people do to self-sabotage, whether they don't go after a job because they don't believe they can do it, they don't go to the gym because they don't feel like they're good enough to go, asking somebody on a date, they're not good enough. Like he basically says, how many times do you talk yourself out of something because you have told yourself you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, I will never accomplish that, that will never happen to me. The power of positive thinking and or the words you speak over yourself, the things that you run over and over in your mind. Oh, he says, philosophers for thousands of years have used this good advice. Know thyself. But most people, it seems, interpret the suggestion that means know only thy negative self. Most self-evaluation consists of making long mental lists of one's faults, shortcomings, mistakes, and so on. Know thyself. My encouragement to you today is take a second, and I asked you if you're just tuning in, I said, you can tell me where you're tuning in from, but I want to know one thing that is amazing about you, something positive about you, something that you're great at. I want you to share that below. We don't think about that stuff often. We often run these stories in our mind of the things that I could be better at. Why not me? I could never. So he says, it's just a matter of tweaking the words that you say, right? To think big, we must use words and phrases that create big pictures, positive mental images. So he says, for example, most of the time you'll hear somebody say, I've used that product. I've tried, but the product won't sell. Don't people want it? Instead of constantly going down the negative, he says, so far, I've not been able to sell this product, but now it is good, and I'm going to find a formula that will work. He basically gives you an entire list of things that people say in their mind, and if you can just tweak it a little bit, it would give you a different picture, a different vision of what you're doing. Something in our home, and if you've been following me for a while, I will tell you this. I am very, very particular about the words that we say in our home, the words that our kids say, the words that people speak over us. It's something that's super important to me because it's biblical, it's scientific. However you believe, words have power. Words create, words destroy. Words give life, words bring death. What happens is your words create pictures in your mind. If you've got negative thoughts in your mind, you're not going to go after the things that you want, the things that you believe you can achieve. You're not going to go after better for your family. It's so interesting, the power of what your mind can do and the words that come out of your mouth. If the only thing you focus on this week is honestly paying attention, if you can just sit back and before you speak, go, is this helping or hurting? Is this negative? Is it positive? Whether it's to yourself or anybody else around you. Mostly to yourself. Did you know that you speak to yourself more than anybody else speaks to you in your thoughts? Are you encouraging yourself? Are you destroying your mindset? What are you saying? That's what we're going to focus on today. As you go throughout your Monday, if you're watching this live, it's Monday. It's a new week. You should really be thinking, oh, be careful, little mouth, what you say. Are you going to destroy or build? Are you going to help or hurt? Are you going to give hope or are you going to feel defeated? Every word that comes out of your mouth will have an action to it. It'll create a picture. It will create a feeling. It will either cause you to act or react or sit back and just not do anything. So the power of thinking big, the magic of thinking big, this book is to help you understand that you are worthy. You are worth more. You can achieve things that right now you might not even be able to imagine if you just make a couple little pivots. Watching your words, right? Having some affirmations. Owning your day. Believing that you can do it. Really paying attention to the people that are around you, right? Your influences, the people in your sphere of influence. Listening to certain really good books or podcasts. Like if you can just help this, your mindset, right? Take a deep breath and grow in an aspect of like, I don't have to always be I don't have to be what others have told me in my past. I don't have to be what maybe my environment told me I had to be growing up. I actually can do more. I know I'm worthy. A lot of you said some things that you're great at. Like, own it. If somebody were to say, I need you to make a list of things that are, what was the question he said? Make a list of things, or know thyself, right? And he says the people that do a self-evaluation don't make a list of positive things, they make a list of negative things. You should make a list today, self-evaluate yourself, and write words down that are only things that are great about you. And it's not being arrogant, and it's not like, oh, I can't do that. That's kind of rude. I should never tell myself how great I am. Yes, you should tell yourself how great you are. Who else is going to do it? I know all of the things that I have deep down inside myself that I want to achieve. A lot of people don't know. So I need you to be a cheerleader of yourself with your words. That's what we're going to do today. So today, your action is just be aware. The page that we're on. We're on page 79. He gave some examples. Hey, Rocky. 79, 80. We're going to start on 81 tomorrow. The 4 ways to develop big thinking vocabulary. So we'll do that tomorrow. We're on page 80. It's kind of a lot. Like, I'm not going to lie. This book is incredible to have because there are so many things that are just not hard to explain, but like there's a long story. So I'm not going to read all of it to you, but the book is really great and it really does have great stories. So my encouragement to you is this: pay attention to your words. What are you telling yourself every day? If you want to, get out a piece of paper and write all of the things that you love about yourself, the things that you're great at, so that when you do feel discouraged or defeated, you can go look at that piece of paper that you wrote down and you're like, no, I am outgoing. I am a big thinker. I'm a great friend. I am worthy. I am. Go write it down. Look at it every single day to build up your faith in you, to know that you can do this. Whatever goals or actions or whatever you want to achieve, it starts right here. So that is the book. We'll continue on tomorrow. Your words are powerful. The words you speak over yourself and others are powerful. Don't let anybody else tell you what you can or can't do. I would say what you can't do. You can tell people can tell you what you can do because it's encouraging. But I will tell you, last thing I will say, if somebody says anything negative towards me or my family, I will put them in their place in a nice way. I will say, I reject that. Nope, I don't receive that. That is not allowed in my home. Nope, we do not accept that word. I will very much put a guard. I will put a shield up and I will block the words that somebody speaks over me. And then I make them think and I'm like, you can't say that about me. Oh no, I do not receive that. You can take that back on you if you'd like. I do not receive that word. So I promise you, it's actually really fun to pay attention to the people around you, the words that you're saying and everybody else. And if you just start calling that, if somebody says something negative, whether it's you or somebody else, you could simply say, do you really want that in your life? Do you actually receive that? Oh, I'm always going to be this weight. I'm never going to lose it. I'm just destined to be fat. I've heard people say this before. And I'm like, hold on a second. Do you really want to receive that word? Do you really want that? Well, not really. Then I would zip your lips. Oh, I'm always going to be here in my job. I'm never going to get better. I'm never going to get the promotion. Do you receive that? Your words are powerful. You better really watch what you say over yourself and your kids and your spouse. I'm never going to have a good marriage. Is that what you want? You just spoke it. I'm never going to have a good relationship with my kids. Stop. Stop the trash talk. Catch it. Think of how you can rephrase it, or don't say it. You can. If you believe you can, you will, right? We don't need to put time frames on everything. If you believe that you can, you will. If you believe and you're speaking that you can't or you won't, you are right. If you believe you can, you'll accomplish it, you're right. If you believe that you can't, you're right as well. It starts here, my friends. You want fat loss, you want to feel better, you want to be healthier, stronger. As much as you might not think right now, the importance of your thoughts and words have an effect on your fat loss, 150% it does. It starts there because I see so many people over and over again that have lost the weight, gained the weight, lost the weight, gained the weight, lost the weight, gained the weight, a vicious cycle because they cannot get their mindset under control to be able to stick with it, to be able to believe in themselves, to be able to understand the power of what they're thinking and speaking creates a feeling and therefore creates actions. It's so important. So I feel like I'm a repetitive wheel. I say the same things often, but it's true. It's true. So I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for answering the question below. Thank you for sharing with me one thing you love about yourself or you're good at or a positive, encouraging word towards yourself. I would encourage you to make a list today of the things that you love about yourself, your gifts, your talents, the things that you're great at, so that you can look at it and build up your most holy faith in yourself as well. So I hope you guys have a great day. Continue to tune in, and we will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.